at the friendly confines of the Twins and the Chicago Cubs. First pitch coming at you right after the break. Colin Ray, what should we keep an eye on here?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
When you examine Buxton's career trajectory, the thing that really jumps out, the speed and the defense early on. Right side, and that's a fair ball. Now around second, going for third. And he'll get there as he kicks off the ball game with a triple. Runner at third, nobody out. Here's Trevor Larnach. Hit on the ground to the right side. There for the out. Runner scores from third. And now the switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that one missed by a ton. High fly ball lifted in the air right field.
There we go.
And there's two away.
There we go.
Here's the second baseman, Luke Diesel. Ray, 35 years old, and he's one of the two. Bounce to third, but it kicks foul. Two down, nobody on. Liner, and that should be extra bases. And that one's going to get into the corner. And he starts his afternoon off right with a double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters.
Meanwhile, this pitch gets away. Caught up now trying to get to third. And he's out. Up, down, and that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the first, and now here's the starter for Minnesota, Taj. Bradley. What do we got on him? Leading off, Michael Busch. And a ball evens the count. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 1-2. Strike three, and that's two in a row. Two down, base is empty. So up next for Chicago, Ian Happ. That's the ball. Swing and a ground ball. Gloves it on the dive. Throw to first. And that's a base hit despite a great defensive effort.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days.
Now back in safely at first. Nico Hoerner will come up to hit. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. All set for the start of the inning. And now the Twins catcher, Ryan Jeffers. comes up empty. That's strike two. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Got him. And there's one down.
That is it. The third baseman, Royce.
Here's Royce Lewis. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. Look out.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Got him swinging.
That is seven. The right fielder, Matt.
2 outs, base is empty. Now Matt Wallner. Ball to strike. Swings over the top of that one.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
On the ground to the left. In time to Bush. Third out.
Playing good. Decent.
Bottom of the second. And now the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
This hitter's looking for a fastball, but I'm not sure he's going to get one. Pitcher doesn't have to challenge him. If he feels better about his off-speed secondary stuff, then stay with it.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Moises Ballesteros, the next to hit. Swings through that one. Swing and a ground ball out to short. On the run, sends it over to first, but it's not in time. Base hit.
That boy is big.
Well, with his speed, he doesn't get a whole lot of those infield hits, but he was giving it everything he had right there.
And now the batter is Carson Kelly. Ballesteros, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Batting in.
Pete Crow Armstrong getting ready to hit. Swing and a miss.
Come on,
Now
that
1-2.
it.
Up with it, fires to first. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. Back here at the friendly confines. And now for the Twins, Brooks Lee. Here's a 1-1. Up the middle, Swanson. And one away in the top of the third. Austin Martin, the next Twin up to hit. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. That K is his 3rd of the game. So Buxton gets a chance to hit now. Byron Buxton, former 2nd overall pick back in 2012, right after Carlos Correa became the first pick in that draft. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that is that. As we go to the last of the third, Swanson digs in. And a 1-1. On the ground, right side, fair ball. And he starts the bottom of the third with a double.
Up next for the Cubs.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Michael Bush now at the plate. On the ground, down the line, and it's foul. Move to second, tries to get back and save.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to.
And they almost caught him, but he's back in time. Man at second. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Dangerous hitter at the plate, and Alex Bregman. Swing and a miss.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Got him swinging for the K. Strikeout number 8. In half up to hit.
Number 8, Ian Happ.
Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
They've struggled to gauge the break off the curveball. Lots of swings and misses early on. They need to wait for those pitches to fall into the heart of the plate and then hammer them.
Man on second, 2 down. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 3-2. Swings through it, and that's a strike. Here at Wrigley Field, now it's the Twins DH, Trevor Larnach. Swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Here's Josh Bell. 2-2 now. This one in the air, center field. 2 down. Now it's the second baseman, Luke Keeschel. 2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Shoots a line drive single into right center. And they have their first hit since the first inning. Ryan Jeffers at the plate. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Runner on the move. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Lead runner touches second, headed for third.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Two on, 2 outs. In the air to left center. And that's the 3rd out. Bottom of the inning. So now it's the Cubs hitter in the 4-hole, Nico Hoerner. Here's a 1-1. Now a rip into left center. And that's got base. The tying run is on with a leadoff double.
There we go. Good hit.
And up next for Chicago, Seiya Suzuki.
Keep an eye. Keep an eye.
A little out front there as he
Beautiful
swings
pitch.
through it. That's off the mark. And a full count now. Line drive, and it goes just foul.
Right there.
It's
Right
a
there.
game of inches, and that's a perfect example right there. Could have been a
Seiya strikes him out for the second time today. So now with 1 away and a man at second. Next is the designated hitter, Moises. Back to second safely. Nearly got caught in between there. Line drive, base hit. Hoerner flies around third. Fires to the plate, and he's safe. Great effort, but it's a tie ball game.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it.
Now back in safely at first. Here's the catcher to hit. Carson Kelly. Ground ball right side. And foul ball. That one to first. And he beats
That
it.
wasn't smart.
Go ahead, run on base.
Oh, man.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. And he bunts, but that's a foul ball.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Bradley checks the runner. Tries to get back and save. 2 on, 1 out. Up the middle. Lee. The flip. There's one. To first. Not in time. Great effort there.
The batter, number 7.
And now it's Dansby Swanson.
Dansby Swanson.
That one misses. Ball 3.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Swings and misses. On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner.
Well, these Twins, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
Up next to the
Brooks
Twins,
Lee, the next Twin up to hit. All tied up, and we're at the top of the 5th. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
Line to left, and that's just foul.
Battle.
Misses outside. Ball 2. That one lifted to left. Half drifts towards it. 2 down. Here's the left fielder, Austin Martin.
the left fielder, Austin Martin.
Two down, nobody on. Ground ball up the middle. Corner over to first. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Good stuff.
Back here in the field, here's the Cubs leadoff man, Michael Busch.
You know, these Cubs looking to string together better at bats when they have runners on, but it just hasn't happened for them yet. They only have 1 hit with runners in.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Go ahead, run on base. Here's Alex Bregman. Here's a 2-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. So they bring on the veteran, Anthony Banda.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Ripped into right center. Should be extra bases. Runner around third. He will score, and the Cubs take the lead. Goes to second, back safely as he took a turn for third there.
Everything came together for him. They got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball.
Safe at second, and he gets back in. Now here is Ian Happ. Ground ball right side. Keishel tosses to first, and that's the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So here's Horner now.
Second baseman, Nico
Ball to strike. The pitch. Gets him to chase after that one.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. High leverage spot, and here is Seiya Suzuki. Banda checks the runner. Down to third, and he gets back safely. That one missed.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position, and the hitters count.
2 outs and a runner at third. Last half of inning number 5. That one to first. The tag, and he's out. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage.
There we go.
All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And here's the Twins leadoff guy, Byron Buxton. Here comes a new arm for the Cubs, Jacob Webb.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. So up next, Trevor Larnach. Awkward swing there from the big left-handed hitter.
Off balance as well.
Good pitch, good pitch. Bring it with the fastball inside.
Swanson fires over to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th. Josh Bell at the plate now. 2 down, nobody on. Foul ball there.
He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Hard hit left side. Sends it to first. That's the inning.
Good pitching. Good pitching all around. That's what we like to see right there.
Well, we go bottom 6. Now it'll be the Cubs DH. Moises Ballesteros. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted in first base with the quick.
Oh, you gonna change your pitcher again, buddy? Come on, bro. Don't do that. It's not
Free
smart.
pass.
Oh, he
The
is.
pitcher on here, Cole Sands.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this
Take
is
a
where
run to
bullpen
that.
can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Ballesteros dives and can't get back in time. He's picked off.
Wow. It's all good.
The 1-1. Swing and a
That
miss
was
as he
it.
was
That
out
was it.
front.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. You talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Swing and a
Good
miss. Struck
pitch,
him
dude.
out. That's out number 2. 2 down, bases empty. Pete Crow Armstrong, the next Cub to hit. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Showed some really nice patience in that at bat. Worked himself into a good count. To me, it's just a really controlled, balanced swing. He wasn't trying to do too much with it. Just stayed.
They're a little nervous.
So a walk puts runners at first and second. First and second, 2 outs. Michael Busch digs in now. 2 on, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. To the right side, Keishel. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Now the cleanup hitter for Minnesota, Luke Keishel. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Swings and misses. Struck him out.
Oh my God.
Now it's going to be Ryan Jeffers. Late that time, and it's strike 2.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Ball inside.
The Cubs
Can you not challenge that?
trying to hold a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Two now. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
Goodness.
And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Royce Lewis, the next Twin up to hit. The 1-1 is fouled off.
That was fucking strike on too.
2 down, nobody on. Right side, hard hit. And that is that.
Good pitching. Great pitching.
Bottom of the 7th, now the third baseman, Alex Bregman. Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out into left center field. The throw in, not gonna get him, he's in there.
Having a really nice game here. That's his second extra base hit. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his back path to the ball and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much
What are you, man?
Safe at first as they can't make the play. First and second, no outs. Nico Horner, and a dangerous hitter coming to the plate. Got it. 1 out. 2 aboard with 1 out. Seiya Suzuki, the next Cub to hit.
Good hit.
Brings it in. Throw behind the runner, and they've got him doubled off.
Damn. I should have just went.
Ready to begin the 8th. And now for the Twins, Matt Wallner. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Pulled the string on the changeup. So digging in, Brooks Lee. The 1-1. And a big swing and a miss. The Cubbies holding on to a 1-run lead, and we're in the top of the 8th. That's a ball, went with the sweeper. Good job to fight that one off.
What up?
That shit good.
What you talking about? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm streaming.
I was seeing so.
Oh, no, shit. I'll be out in a second.
2-2. That one ran inside, almost got him. And he walked him. And he represents the tying run on base after that hard-fought walk. So up next for Minnesota, Austin Martin. Substitution being made at first, and pinch running for the Twins, James Outman. Line drive, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away. Byron Buxton. 1-1 now. Line shot into the gap should score at least one. Around third. He'll score and they tie it. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He scores and they have the lead.
He was all over that one. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want.
Now this one gets through. Runner scores from second as they add on an insurance run. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. Next to switch hitting first baseman Josh Bell.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2. Get out of this.
Strike 3, went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. Luke Keeschel, the next Twin up to hit. In the air, right field. It falls in, and that's a base hit. Not in time. He's safe.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Ryan Jeffers, the next to hit. Here's the pitch. Both runners on the move. Puts a bunt down. Gets back to first, no problem. A run comes in on the play. Now Royce Lewis gets a chance to hit. 2 on, 2 outs. And that one fouled off. Here's the pitch. It's a double steal. Bunts it in the air. Corner. And a run scores from third thanks to the infield single. So up next for Minnesota, Matt Wallner. Line drive, that's a base hit. In to score from third. Throws to second, trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. To first, and he scrambles back safely. Took a big turn there. James Outman, the next Twin up to hit. Swing and a miss. On to the bottom of the 8th. Now they'll be the cut. DH Cody Funderburk on to pitch here.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
This looks like extra bases. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Man at second. And ball 4, 2 aboard. Next to hit, Pete Crow Armstrong. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Dansby Swanson stands in. The 1-1. Swings and misses. Went with the sweeper. Got him swinging for the K. Back to the top of the order now. Michael Busch, the next Cub to hit. That's a base hit. Headed for the plate. Here comes the throw. And he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Back here at the friendly confines. Oh. Set to start the 9th in this one. Austin. So they turn to their closer, Caleb Thielbar.
Gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
And that's a base hit. Around first, heading for 2. Round second, digging for third. And he's got a leadoff triple.
Up next for Minnesota, the center fielder,
Runner at third, nobody out. Byron Buxton, the next twin up to hit. Going to count 1-2. Runner at third, nobody out. Here at the top of the ninth. Out towards right center field. Makes the grab on the run. Runner tagging from third. Stuck in a rundown, trying for home now. And next for Minnesota, Trevor Larnach. That's a base hit, run scores.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it. 2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
2 on, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That's the first fastball we've seen today. Made it look easy. Brian Jeff, runners on the move. And that one gets away at the plate. Two on, 2 outs. That missed by a lot. And that's ball 3. Pitch gets away. The throw's offline. He's saved. And it's an 8-run lead. Royce Lewis, the next twin up to hit. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expect. Here's a 1-1. Runner on the go. In the dirt, blocked. And there's no throw. He's in there at second with a stolen base. And on second, 2 down. Runner on the go again. Here at Wrigley Field, all set for the bottom of the ninth. And now it's Alex Bregman. Up the middle. And he beats it. That's a hit. Great try there. Man at first, nobody out. Now the left fielder, Ian Happ. And he can't come up with it. Still finds a way to get off a throw. Save. It was never going to be easy after the missed play. Here's Nico Hoerner.
Number 2, second baseman, Nico. Hoerner. Now number 55, Taylor.
Hardliner takes it in for the out. 2 on with 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Seiya Suzuki.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
High fly ball, right field. Wallner under it. Takes it in for the out.
A little drop and drive on that swing. Backside collapsing just a little bit. Trying to put the ball in the air.
1 out left for the Cubs. So up now for Chicago, Moises Ballesteros. Got him, and that's the ball game. 10-2.
Pull the bump, hop in, ride out, like this, right the window, pitch stop, hop out, hit the block, say what's up, put some in the wind, to the grill, rest up, wake up, do it again. At school on the right, I used to go there. Everybody, mom and cuz used to go there. Ain't forget sister and brother now. Oh yeah, if anybody dissed the door, we like, whoa there. Right there used to be the project house. Then they got flipped with the rent on thousands. Move the folks out near 45, so you might as well say they pay rent on islands. Over there used to be the West Side Club. Every night packed with the West Side Cubs. West Side players and the West Side thugs. Showing West Side love to the West Side Blues. The gas tank getting my Chevy down on East, so I stopped by.
On that grade. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I'm from the M.I.S.S. I-S-S-I-P-P-I. Long as we do not divide, like, gon' get denied, get defied. We bout to buck down on your kin, I can know the kick in. You is not my friend. I pull my pants up, then I did my dance on these. And the devil cannot get me, I'm too clean in these bowls, I suppose. You wanted to see it lose, but I refuse. I've been cool since David had 22s on that leg. I brought it back. Cadillac leather in July. Burn up your back, burn up your back, burn up your back.
It's all good. Got distracted. I'm on my pace too. It's bad. It's all good. No excuses though.
Let me tell you what got me about it. Got me out of it. Let me tell you about a time I was trying to get rich. Now the whole team hit. Let me tell you, let me tell you, listen. They full up hollering about new sizes. How you get away with all that? I say, baby girl, you know Southern different. I'm tipping. Anytime I talk, you know they listen. After I was born, had my baby with no teens. In fact, my daddy caught the lack when I was only 5 years old in a jack. Bring it back. I say, stunting is a habit, told don't get like me. I've been since I wore a tall white tee. Let me tell you what got me about it. Got me out of it. Let me tell you what got me about it. Got me out of it. Let me tell you about a time I was trying to get rich. Now the whole team lit. I say stunting is a habit, told them get like me. I've been since I wore a tall white tee. Wanna ball like me, but they fall like me. I showed up so clean they wanna all, but they can't. Cause I got that drink. God got my back, you with me, he cranked that yank. I said nah, ain't no gon' stop me from shining. Gotta do it all in God's timing. Hate to keep reminding, I can't do it if it ain't aligning. No bother if the money ain't chiming. I said nah, ain't no gon' stop me from shining. Gotta do it all in God's timing. Hate to keep reminding, I can't do it if it ain't aligning. No bother if the money ain't chiming. Let me tell you what got me about it.
Welcome, everyone, to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and gorgeous PNC Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants going up against them. Getting the nod in this one, Carmen Mlodzinski. How about a scouting report on him?
He may not dominate, but he always keeps the club in the game. If you can score runs, you have a really good chance to win with him on the mound today.
And Adames swings through that one. Lifted in the air, right center field. And there's one down. Luis Arraez stands in. Mlodzinski, a righty that throws with power. 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick in 2020. Just getting started here in Pittsburgh. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting third baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Matt Chapman. Here's a 1-1. Two down, nobody on. Way out front for strike 2.
That front door slider is such a devastating pitch. You don't want to get beat by the inside fastball.
And he got him.
Beautiful
strike
pitch.
3, and that'll retire the side.
Just put on your best and relieve your stress.
Back here at PNC Park. And now here's the starter for San Francisco, Robbie Ray. Chris, how about swing and a miss.
Beautiful pitch.
In the count 1-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. swing and a ball popped up. Chapman gets under it. One away. Lau at the plate. Here's a 1-1. Comes up empty. That's strike two. That one ran inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Next offering is downstairs. And he walked him.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
And there's a hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Going to count 1-2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Base hit left field. Here comes Lau. Here's the throw. Safe. And they take the lead.
There we go.
Couple of singles back to back. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands. You
can't reach it. This should score at least one. One run is in. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, it certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bobble. So many positives that led to that knock.
2 on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him. Back here in Pittsburgh, now the Giants 4-hitter, Rafael Devers.
Yeah, and here's a fun stat on Devers. He's at his best when he's hitting homers and doubles, and by the time he was 26 years old, Devers already had over 150 home runs and more than 200 doubles. He's just the 15th player in baseball history with those kinds of numbers at that age.
Now
pitching change here. Isaac Matson.
Number 72, Isaac Matson.
The 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. Going back. Great catch, foul ground up against the wall. And up next for the Giants, Casey Schmidt. The 1-1. And that one hammered. And that's a foul ball. Next one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
To third. Gonzalez to first in time. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Right fielder,
So up next, Jung-Hoon Lee.
Let's go. Let's go.
2 down, nobody on. Swings through
Got
that.
him.
It's a strikeout.
Beautiful pitch, my boy. Oh, wow. Okay, buddy. I guess that's 2 wins on my belt. We'll take it. I'm like 2-8 now. MLB. All right, we'll take it.
on the hill for the Mariners, George Kirby.
This guy has a ton of respect from his own teammates, Boog. He's the type of guy, if he's not having a good day, he'll go out there and just wear it. No matter what happens, his starts tend to be less demanding on the bullpen.
Ready to go now, Roman Anthony digs in now. Here's a 1-1.
Ball 2.
Next offering is outside. Hit in the air, left field. Arozarena settles underneath it, takes it in for the out. Trevor Story comes up to the plate. Just getting started here in Seattle. There's a swing and a drive. And foul ball. Got it. Two way down.
Oh, this is good. He was decent.
Two down, bases empty. Jarren Duran, the next to hit. The 2-1. And a big swing and a miss. Got him.
There we go.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And towing the slab for the Boston Red Sox in this one, Garrett Crochet. What do we need to know here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Misses the sweeper.
Beautiful
Well,
fucking
when those
pitch.
hitters count,
Good Lord.
sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Right side. Meyer throws to first.
Got him. That's
One
an out.
gone, bottom half of the first. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
That's a hit. And that's a one-out single.
Batting third, the first baseman, number 12.
Here's Josh Naylor.
Naylor.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 1-2. Got him. That's out number 2.
Batting fourth, the shortstop,
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit.
Crawford.
Gets him to chase after that one. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Play made, that ends the inning. Top of the second, so stepping in for Boston, Wilson Contreras.
That's a ball.
Too high, and now it's 3-1. Fastball for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
Outside ball 4. And that's how they get
That
their
should've been
first
nice.
base runner of the game.
The right fielder.
Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox.
Ball.
No score here in the second. The next pitch misses. Ball 3. And ball
Oh
four.
my God.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
First and second, no outs. Caleb Durbin will hit next to the left side, but it is well foul.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a ground ball. Base hit. Here comes the runner. Here's the throw. The tag, and he's in there.
What?
On the board first, it's 1-0.
Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, Payne.
And that one finds its way through. In to score from third. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. First and second, and nobody out. Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. That one the other way. Base hit. Durbin around third. Here comes the throw. Safe at the plate. And they take a 3-run lead. And he'll pull into second safely. So stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez.
Well, he's just given up 3 straight hits, and now behind in this count to this hitter. Might be a good time for somebody to call a timeout. Maybe the pitching coach go out there and talk to him just a little bit.
The 3-1. And that'll load the bases.
Oh, that sets up a really big at bat in this game. These are the moments when everyone in the stadium gets really locked in.
Roman Anthony up next for the Red Sox.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here. Bases loaded, nobody out. But as a hitter, can't be over anxious. That pitcher's up against the wall. Make him come to you. Really good job, especially with 2 strikes.
Swings and misses, struck him out. And that is a big first out. Dangerous hitter at the plate in Trevor Story. Out towards right center field. Base hit. 1 run is in. The second run scores. It's a 2-run single. It's 5-0.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there.
2 on, 1 out. And a slider in the outside corner for a strike. 3-2 now.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
Double steal. Ground ball up the middle, and a base hit knocks in a run. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away. Here comes Wilson Contreras. And now 2-2. Stays alive. The 2-2. Got him swinging. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. 2 on, 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him lifted. Ends the inning after they racked up. Bottom of the second, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young.
Yeah, all those fucking crazy.
Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Luke Raley getting ready to hit. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Swings through the sweeper. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. 2 outs, base is empty. In now is the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone.
Wow, that was just foul. Very close to maybe being extra bases there.
Can't get a break.
Battling here as he fouls it away. And that's the inning.
Can't.
Back in Seattle, so stepping in for Boston, Caleb Durbin. Ball to strike. The pitch. Base knock center field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
And now here is Ceddanne Rafaela. Runner takes off. Slice to right. And that's just foul. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss. Throw, safe.
You cannot make this
So
fucking
now,
shit.
with one away and a man at second. And next for the Red Sox, Marcelo Meyer. Steps off, lead runner back to second. Here's a 1-1.
No, inside.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Toss to Naylor, 2 away. Carlos Narvaez up next for the Red Sox. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 2 outs and a runner at third. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Inside, almost got him.
Ball.
Three-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. 3-2. Payoff pitch. This one in the air center field. And that'll do it. As we go to the last of the third. And stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Swings through that one.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Fair ball. And it gets by him. And he's into second with nobody out.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Man at second. Rafaela takes it in for the out. And there's one away. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. The 1-1. That one found hard the other way. 1-2 now. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Up next for the Mariners.
And now for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. Man on second, 2 down. Now there's a bullet down the line. And it goes just foul. The 1-2.
Ball.
Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's a 2-2. And the sweeper misses for a ball. Go Chris through the early stages. He hasn't been. As we go to the top of the fourth. Now here's the Red Sox leadoff hitter, Roman Anthony. Not even close there. 3-1. Out to short, Crawford. Tosses to first, and one gone to the fourth as they get the leadoff man. Here's Story now. The 1-1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike. Now it's belted deep to left, way out of here. Home run. A gigantic blast. And they tack on to their lead. It's 7-0. Now batting Jarren Duran.
Part of the order coming through now, and with one.
Gabe Spire will take over here.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got.
Oh, and that deflects off his glove. The throw is still in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. 2 down, base is empty. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate.
Ball, no.
And that one moves his feet. No question about this one. It's out of here. Wilson Contreras blasts one out. It's their second home run of the inning. So 2 down. Wilyer Abreu up next for the Red Sox. And a 1-2.
Off the plate.
Ground ball right
That's
side.
foul.
And foul ball. 3-2 now. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. 3rd out. That ends the frame. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
All right, Siggy, we've been in all the press boxes. You got best press box food.
I'd say press box food because of the ice cream. We have Philadelphia.
Got
Yeah.
a shout out to our guy Frank.
Yes. New York for me is pretty good. Yankees?
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. J.P. Crawford on the ground. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play.
Didn't try to do too much with it, just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with hitters trying to launch and hit home runs, but sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
Just missed.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great. Crawford goes. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia. Is that right?
Yep. And then
it's been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8
for the Mariners. The right
Luke
fielder,
Raley
20,
up next for the Mariners.
Raley.
That misses the zone, and the count is 3-1. It gets down, base hit. Throw in hopes the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. Dominic Canzone, the next to hit. Swing and a miss.
Give me
and it's
that.
1-2.
How was that?
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out. Back at T-Mobile Park, Joe.
Now pitching for the Mariners.
Now on the bump, Matt
Number
Brash.
47.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Swings through it, and that. The 2-1. And that's in for a strike. The Bo Sox up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. This one in the air, center field. 2 away.
Yo.
Marcelo Meyer digs in now.
How you doing, bro?
Marcelo.
Brad Cash, 27 years old,
Getting
and he
my
was
ass
drafted in
whooped
the
over
4th
here. I
round
don't lie.
back in 2019. Comes
Maybe
up
I should've
empty,
started out
that's
with this
strike
pitcher.
2. That missed by a lot. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Man, just chilling, blessed, bro.
And the next pitch is way outside.
Enjoying a little bit of MLB. Might get on a little bit of Apex in a little bit.
Now that's
Oh my
smacked to right
God.
center. Drops
Oh.
in for a hit. Couldn't run it down. Now around second, going for third.
Nah,
How
nah.
he became a really tough out with 2 strikes right there.
This
Really
is
nice
online
job to
rated.
take that inside pitch and pull it into the gap. He
Quick
could have
count.
easily spun off of it or just been tied up. He stayed short to the baseball, and he was thinking triple right out of the box.
2-1 now.
I usually
Finds its
play
way
a
through
pool
base
game,
hit.
but
In comes the runner from third. It's an RBI single. It's 9-0.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more
I
likely
should've
to
put
get
the
something
batting
you can
higher.
hit. Not much to this one other than just a
do this
willingness to go
even.
the other way and put the ball in play.
I'm not
It's a
that
team
great at
bat
batting.
right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. That's a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Couldn't have timed it up.
Like, I used to play baseball,
Pitch
so
was
the
on
fundamentals was
outside,
there,
didn't
but-
go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the base.
Toss to Naylor. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy
guy hits, but
Arozarena.
he's gotten home runs. So that's the difference.
Right down to shoot. That's strike 2.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse, go after hitters and get quick outs.
Now it's going to be Leo Rivas.
Ugh.
Abreu on the run towards the line.
Okay.
2 down. Back to the top of the Seattle order, and now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. 2 down, nobody on. Late on that
Give
fastball.
me that.
Looking sharp, just a strike away from 5 shutout innings.
Hit in the air, center field. Rafaela makes his way towards it,
No, they're not.
and that is the 3rd out of the
Why
inning.
would they?
Back in Seattle. Now here's the Red Sox DH, Jarren Duran. The 1-1.
You know, these Red Sox
Wow.
doing a good job at the plate with runners on base, and that can be a key difference maker in the game. They have 6 hits today.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Wow.
Here's Contreras now. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. There's a ball. The throw. Tag, and he's out. The Red Sox up big in this one, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Fastball is outside. Hit hard on the ground to short. And Contreras is retired. Now it's the right fielder, Wilyer Abreu. 2 down, nobody on. And a swing and a miss there.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2-2 now. Hit on the ground to short. Crawford throws to first in time. Out number 3. Well, we go bottom 6. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Raleigh.
And a big swing and a miss. See ya. Strikes him out for the second time today.
For the Mariners.
And now it's Josh Naylor.
12,
Here's a 1-1. That clips the corner.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And that's a base hit into left field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at bat. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners. The 2-2. Chopper right side. Meyer throws to first in time, and there are 2 outs. Here's the second baseman, Cole Young.
Second baseman, Cole.
Runner at second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. That one's in there, and the count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
The idea was right, looking to locate that fastball up and in. He just missed his spot a little bit.
This one in the air, center field. Rafaela under it, and that is that. We go to the top of the 7th. Joe step. In for Boston, Caleb Durbin. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Swing and a ball ripped out towards right center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Man at first. Now here is Ceddanne Rafaela. The 1-1.
Ball 2.
Wow.
And that's downstairs and outside. Ripped, but it curls foul. Payoff pitch. Center field. And there's one down. One out, man at first. Now it's the second baseman, Marcelo Meyer.
Now pitching for the Mariners,
Edward Bizardo gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Out number 2. And stepping in for Boston, Carlos Narvaez. That's through there for a strike. In the dirt. Durbin leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Into the outfield, base hit. And out 2 aboard.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Luke Raley.
Number 20, Luke Raley.
That misses. Ball 3.
Well, these Looking to string together better.
Giovanni Moran gets the ball now.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Bounced up the middle. Meyer over to first. Nice play off the bounce for the out. So now with one away and a man at second. Now the left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Didn't recognize off speed. Thought it was fastball. A little bit out in front.
Up the middle. And that one handled. The throw to first. Got the out. So up next, Leo Rivas. And a 1-1. Contreras. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. We go to the 8th. So stepping in for Boston, Trevor Story.
Ball.
Almost got him.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
And a 3-2. In the air, right field. Raley settles under this one.
What the fuck?
Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Story around second. And his 3rd hit of the game is a triple.
The fuck are you doing?
And he did exactly what you're supposed to do with it. Drive it the other way. Just go with the pitch.
So a man aboard. Here now the Red Sox DH. Jarren Duran. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. One away with a runner at third. And we're in the top of the 8th.
Ball.
In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Payoff pitch. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Oh, you know this guy wants to swing it, but he's showing some good patience in this one. It's the 2nd time he's taken ball 4.
1 down. And now the right fielder, Wilyer. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. He's got it. Runner tags from third. The tag, and he's out of the plate. And that's a double play. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang, played it. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Julio Rodriguez. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Stays alive. And it stays fair. Makes the turn. He's digging for second. And the bottom of the 8th starts with a double.
Gotta love the resiliency shown in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Here's Rodriguez trying to score. Runner from second crosses the plate.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
2-2. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out.
The batter, number 3, shortstop.
One out man at first. And now the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. That misses. Ball 2.
2-1 the count now. He hasn't seen a fastball yet, but you've got to be ready to hit one because you doubt the pitcher wants this to go to a 3-1 count.
Here comes the pitch. There goes the runner from first. Ball misses. Safe at second, and that was not close. Strike 3, and that's 2
Bro,
in a row.
come on. It's glitching like a motherfucker.
Cole Young up next for the Mariners. Man at second. Laser to the gap. Should score the run. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and it's 9-2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Now at the plate, Luke Raley falling behind 2-1. In the air, left field. And that's the 3rd out. Back at T-Mobile Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. Caleb Durbin now at the plate. Ball to strike. The pitch.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Out to short. Crawford whips it to first on the run. And very nicely done for the out. Ceddanne Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Drilled out towards left center field. That one's got a chance. Out of here. A solo shot. And they add to their lead.
People cheating in this game? I'm thinking
Knew what pitch he
like
wanted
fuck,
to hit.
bro.
Spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
At the plate, Marcelo Meyer. The 2-1. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Rodriguez under it. And there's 2 down. Carlos Narvaez will hit next. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball.
Pitch is in the dirt, and now 3-1. Popped up. And that is that. Bottom 9. Now it's the Mariners DH. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Aroldis Chapman.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk. Now it's Randy Arozarena. Here's a 1-1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground.
Runner takes off. Got him swinging.
Well, maybe.
And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Leo Rivas getting ready to hit. And a ground ball to first. He takes it on his own. Down to the last out for the Mariners. Back to the top of the order. And now for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. Contreras.
God damn,
The tag, and that's the ball game. 10-2 the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Don't let me down easy. If you're gonna leave me, baby, go and